Hello. It's Andreas again. It's third video for the day. Trying very hard to keep focused and keep myself from taking myself to hospital. The predominant reason is the fact that I would have to take antipsychotic medication. And this is an attempt to keep me focused so I don't have to do that. And it might just cheer someone up, this specific video, as opposed to the others. Anyway, I put an intro out there on what this is all about. So let's get to it. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how to pluck information out of my mind. So I'm just going to talk and see where things go. Right now, my mind presents very real possibilities of reality based upon my own 34 years of life and the energy I've given to that. And hey, look, if nothing else, it might just be a nice thing to hear every so often. I'll try and keep them short, so don't bore you. Right, so I don't know where to start. If you want to ping me suggestions of subject matter in future, it might make it easier. It's heavily based upon spirituality and I don't know. Anyway, so with the coronavirus, for instance, that's a predominant concern of the world at present. My mind hasn't made a decision up about what it could be, what the truth is that the coronavirus could be due to. As I expressed before, when my mind processes information, I categorize it. And only when I'm relatively certain enough within everything I've experienced would I say, okay, it's this, or okay, it's that, or okay, it's the other. Until that point, I just hold it open as an idea and let different possibilities come in as to what's going on there. And that's what I'm doing with the coronavirus. I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm holding things open there, and the information I'm getting is very all over the place. So let's work with the facts first. The facts are the coronavirus, as far as I know, is nothing more than the governments all over the world, for whatever reason, getting on board and creating a worldwide lockdown. Apparently there's this flu, it's nothing more than a flu or a virus that's killing everybody. Apparently the figures are that I've seen, deaths are twice as high as they ordinarily would be at this time of the year. So something is going on there, but having a mental health disorder, I then have to consider, well, if they didn't put all this fear propaganda out there about the virus, etc., etc., would so many people have died as a result? So in my mind, it's like, okay, that's a possibility. Let's look at some more possibilities. All right, so this video looks like it's going to be, what the fuck is going on with the coronavirus? So the other possibilities of coronavirus. spiritual awakening, a worldwide spiritual awakening, where for whatever reason, a certain percentage of the population, the figures I have thus far are less than 0.05% of the world population need to die for the whole world to awaken on a spiritual level. So the coronavirus could be it could be that. It could be that process initiating that certain amount of people need to die for the whole world to awaken. That's one possibility. We're not getting far with this, are we? I don't care. I'm going to persist, and you'll start getting stories come out. But until then, they're going to be a bit haphazard and all over the place. I've seen videos where people would say, I don't know what they're talking about, coronavirus, can't be spread via coughs and sneezing. It needs to be transmitted another way. So the information that's been put out there on face masks and social distancing doesn't make sense. On another level, the level at which my psychosis tells me I'm possibly God, I won't go into that one. I'll save that for another video because it's quite in depth in itself. I don't know if it's the pressure of speaking to a camera about bullshit or because I'm going to the information instead of letting the information come to me, but I'm struggling to put it into a coherent way for you. This video will stay live, I don't care. I'll keep going until I get into a groove and you start to hear what I'm hoping to get out of this, or I'll cart myself off to hospital before whatever happens. We'll see. Right, let me take a minute. Let's have a think. So the never-ending story. I believe there are lots of holes in it. I believe there are a lot of inaccuracies to it. But essentially, the mind is trying to link together as much information as it can, based upon everything. It's I want to hear. Right, let's try another way. Right now, thank you for bearing with me. I'm just trying to work out how best to structure the information. Right, let's try another way then. So for around 12 years now, maybe give or take, I've been within the information that I collect. The body is important. So when you look at a person, you can pick up quite a bit of information from them. The place where I really focus on when looking at people is what alien race are they? Now, this is heavily rooted into my spiritual learnings. I originally got it from the information from the Doreen Virtue book, Realms of the Earth Angels, where she expresses how people can incarnate into a human body and be from somewhere else. So be from the stars, or be from the... Sorry, I'm in quite a bit of physical pain. That's why you'll get the expressions from me, and that's what I'm trying to keep focused from, because this isn't fair. But hey, so I was saying, it was based upon a Doreen Virtue book, and then me just continuing on. But essentially, we're all born as human beings. We all have our own background, our own race. We all have our own nationality, blah, blah, blah. Now, as far as I can work out, there's probably exceptions to this, but it doesn't matter what race you are. Doesn't matter what nationality you are. But beyond all of that, we all have somewhere where we came from. I've been able to identify a few races, and I can get quite close at differentiating facial features to display the difference between people. So, for instance, if anybody's into David Icke's work, you would have heard of the reptilian race. The other race are the Thetan race. They're quite heavily involved on a world level at present. The Thetans, the reptilians, there's Arcturians. I'm not sure what the Arcturians look like, but I know they're involved to the extent whereby the sky might be an illusion created by the Arcturians. Let's see what other wild claims there are. You have the dolphin and the whale people. Now, dolphin and whale people, they have great memories because whales are connected to the Akashic records. So Akashic records are history, basically, everything that's ever taken place. So I'm just going to put the heating on before I screen. There's also Hathor. Hathor is, I think, a bird-like fish type person. I don't know, but I think she was worshipped quite heavily in ancient Egypt, and as far as I can understand with Hathor, they're very good with sound. I've been told by a friend, Charlie, in the past, that their baseline emotional level is that of ecstasy. So baseline, the bottom emotion Hathor's experience is ecstasy. I think Down's people, sorry if that's not quite politically correct how it's pronounced, but Down's people have a connection to Hathor. That's why I think a lot of them are said to be in a state of love and bliss. They don't interact really on the same level that we do in this world, and within themselves they're just pure bliss. Who else are there? These seem to be broken up into 3 groups. We'll get onto that. There's the Syrians, the tall Syrians and the short Syrians. Then there's the tall Syrians and the short Syrians, but I've become quite distant from that information, splitting the Syrians. Syrians are a lion-like race. My mental health has shown them quite like I don't want to go into that actually. So there's the Syrians. Who else are there? That's enough of that for now. Right, so I think if I keep it spiritual and just talk through bollocks, bullshit, whatever, I think that's going to be the lightest thing for us to communicate with. I need to scream. That's my mental health. And that's showing myself that these videos aren't working. So I'm going to stay on here a bit longer. And if anybody's still listening, then so be it. I can't live my life anymore with my mental health, and chances are I'll be taking myself to hospital unless a miracle happens with this video. And the past 2-3 videos have all been for nothing, because what's going on inside me is unacceptable for life. What's going on in my physical body is unacceptable for life. Right now, I'm desperate. Right now, this video is the only thing keeping me from grabbing a hammer and smashing my flat up. Not everything. I keep it relatively controlled, but that is what I do. I grab a hammer and I go to work on my door frame. Because of what I'm experiencing and the doctors keep messing me about with. So let's try and keep it positive for people. So spirituality. Spirituality, right. So what I'm experiencing that's unbearable, there's painted a picture through the past 10 years of my mental health, that somehow people will awake to what's taking place in the world beyond what most people would ordinarily admit to. see most people that are watching this aware of the discomforts I hold in my physical body and in my mind. You probably all experience it on a same level. But there seems to be something different between my life experiences to this point and most people. What I see is the most likely scenario is that within the world, we're just throwing random spiritual fucking hate life. More than anything, I hate life. The fucking tension in my body is fucking out of this world. I want to fucking rip the shit out of somebody because of fucking... That's my emotions. I can't process what I'm experiencing on a physiological and mental level. And the only option I have is medication and sedating that. So I persist with this fucking video in the hope that it turns into something that gives me an expression beyond ripping my door frame to bits and experiencing this. I can't rest in it. I have to be active to it because it's fucking horrific. And at present, the videos aren't working, as I said. So you're all awake to my experience of life, which I detest. You're all awake to the hardships I have with regards to my life. Somehow you're all willing to let that go and continue with your own lives. That's the long and short of where I am with my mental health. It's really all over the place, this video. Hopefully, if I don't go to hospital and turn into something I can keep to, you'll get a bit more entertainment as time goes on. But at the moment, my body feels like it's being raped. That's the experience I'm having. My body feels like it's being raped. And people will wonder why I will take a hammer to my door frame. Because in my body, on a physiological level, the wires must be mixed up, but it feels like I'm being fucking raped. That's the experience. That links into my spirituality, reptilians holding the power of sexuality over us and getting us to do whatever they fucking want. Could even be those who are spiritually responsible for us, our parents, our family, our teachers. They're responsible. But either way, someone who's responsible is raping me. And it's a horrible fucking experience. Standing as a mental health friend, I can't not. This is what it's going to be, back and forth. If you're listening, then so be it. In fact, I'm going to have to end it there because it's really bad. Chances are. Anyway.